What's going on, everybody? Don here, and I think there's at times a lot of folks just kind of get stuck in this echo chamber on YouTube where everybody's kind of saying the same thing. You have the same somebody's just stuck their finger in your butt thumbnail, um, shock surprise face, um, and everybody tends to kind of say the same thing over and over again, and um, I want to do this video because this really takes it back to kind of where TCG started, back to the LGS. So it's a little bit of a different perspective, and it's a video I haven't done before. And I'm trying to be a little more creative with some of the content. So, what we did here was we took our sales from the LGS month to date through April. So April 1st through April 21st, and so we don't give away any nominals. I've just converted everything to percentages. And you may notice some games are missing, some games are not. This doesn't include sales on eBay. This does not include sales on TCG Player. This is somebody walks into the store and plops cash or a credit card down on the counter and they pay for the items. So this is good old fashioned hoofing it into the store. So I think what's interesting, and this is the first month in a while, Magic has actually outsold Pokemon. And what's interesting is, you had the Journey Together release the end of March, and then you had Dragons of Tarkir, a week or so ish later. So, they're neck and neck. I would have anticipated Pokemon to be a little bit higher, but again, I think what you're going to see is the Journey Together release was really, really weak in store. And I know online there's a lot of volume, rip and ship went nuts from everybody I spoke to, but in store is pretty crappy. So Magic carried the day. Pokemon, what is that? 34 basis points behind. Not a big deal. MetaZoo. Only time I'm ever going to mention this. This is we had a bunch of pre-orders for the 2025 MetaZoo, Meta 2, Meta fucking poo, whatever the hell you want to call it, for the new set that came out. So these are the sales for that. Japanese Pokemon. We do carry all the packs. We do turn a lot of singles, but a lot of the singles we end up selling on TCG Player. It's just easier. Arcane Tinman. I don't even know what this is. I don't know if this is the Bushiroad IP or the Bandai IP. Lorcana and supplies. What you are going to see missing on here. Star Wars, dead game. Nobody cares. Flesh and Blood, dead game. Nobody cares. Now, people are going to say, well, the singles and the box prices and this and that. Where our store is, people are not stupid. They've all gotten burned by Fab during Fab Unlimited. And quite honestly, it doesn't matter what James White does. They're going to tell him to go shove it up his ass because they think he's an idiot. They don't trust the company, and that's never going to change. So, Flesh and Blood, not non-starter. And you'll see nothing here with Bandai. We go back and forth on that. We have started to have a decent number of folks asking for One Piece. We're obviously going to participate in Gundam here, and see what it's like. So, and the challenge with One Piece is you have to order the sets 9 months ahead of time. So, we've dabbled a little bit. When the next set comes out, it'll probably look a little bit different, but not a whole lot of demand there right now. So that's 100% of sales, and then supplies at 1%. So sales breakdown by item. This is where it gets super interesting, and I had to run the report a couple times just to get enough data here, because everything kind of truncates once you get it on the top couple boxes. So Tarkir collector boxes, as everybody would assume, largest seller. Pokemon singles, that's just in general. This is, I believe, English only, because I think we have another item down here that's Japanese. And if not, again, that's also in TCG Player. Journey Together, second bestseller. But again, this is the one SKU that you have. We have Journey Together. This is packs, boxes, whatever. Tarkir we have broken up by multiple SKUs. So Tarkir absolutely annihilated Journey Together. Here's your MetaZoo base set. Don't worry, we're all sold out. If you're interested, no need calling. Tarkir play boosters. I believe this is the boxes because the packs are below. Magic the Gathering singles, 151 booster bundles. This is the whole bundle. Surging Sparks, this is packs, bundles, etc. Tarkir Commander displays, this is a sealed display. Tarkir pre-release. So this is the actual fee that people paid to participate in the pre-release. So this isn't for the pre-release bundle. This is for admission. Here is the Dragonstorm bundle. Commander decks. These are any of the individual decks because we did crack a few displays just to sell the individual decks. Pokemon Paldean Fates, decent seller. Was surprised to see this Double Masters 2022 collectors. Pokemon 151 packs, Twilight Masquerade packs, Bloomburrow packs, Tarkir Play Booster packs. And this is where it gets off the rails a little bit. And yeah, I left some of these out because some of these were just kind of stupid. But Magic the Gathering Mystery Booster 2 packs, Baldur's Gate packs, Baldur's Gate collector packs are normally one of our better selling items. Obviously not this month because people are buying the real thing with Tarkir, but SV base booster packs and boxes, which is actually outselling Evolving Skies. Blooming Waters, these are the actual items. We got them in. We didn't sell anything online. We're just selling these in the store because, quite honestly, they're just a giant pain in the butt to ship. Innistrad Remastered, I have down here. It's 0.5%. And here's a little bit of trolling. The 2 Lorcana items that hit: Ursul's Return, which I think was the last set, which was a dumpster fire, and the new one, whatever. It's the one that George always talks about on Louis' podcast about how great that set is and whatever. And in our store, nobody gives shit. And then other, this is a mishmash of other stuff from all over the place. But I thought this was interesting because it really gives you a different view into what people on the street are interested in and, going to sit down in an LGS and play. And obviously this is going to change, probably fairly significantly based on, the geography, the store, when the store was created. Now, I think Magic the Gathering Pokemon are always going to be the big dogs, but there may be stores that run a lot of One Piece events. There may be stores that run a lot of Flesh and Blood events who, are relatively newer stores that didn't get absolutely fleeced by the company, originally. So yeah, I just thought this was a cool thing to look at, kind of get everybody back to reality and, away from the finger in the butt thumbnails, which, I thought was a fun way of characterizing the faces. So next time you look at all the different stupid thumbnails on YouTube, just have that in the back of your head. You're like, yeah, it's kind of funny. So anyway, guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord, and have a good one.